Lake of Darkness is a terrifying free indie horror visual novel that claims to draw inspiration from Omori and Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. The game boasts over 35 endings, a creepy chiptune soundtrack, and an aesthetic that's reminiscent of 90s computer games. It's also an absolute mystery. There isn't much out there about this game, so if there's a true good ending somewhere out there, I want to find it. But I just keep getting slaughtered in more and more horrible ways no matter what I do. So stay a while and listen as I stumble my way through this scary horror VN that's absolutely worth your time, and maybe you can succeed where I couldn't. We open up to the game coming after us immediately. You have no friends, you have no money, and you have no future. Come on game, I'm here for the scares, not a personal attack. We wake up in a dingy room in a rundown old house. The game asks us if we want to get out of bed or not. Like Omori, you can stay in bed for the entire game if you want. If we put on clothes and leave our room, our mother mentions that our dad wants us to help out down at the furniture store, and we say we'll think about it. The world of Lake of Darkness is a bleak one. We live in a non-specific dying town somewhere with few people to meet and nothing interesting for a young person to do. North of our house is a disused skate park and some creepy woods. To the south is a downtown area with a convenience store, some abandoned buildings, and our dad's shop. Checking out this missing poster on the wall or watching TV at home gives us a sense that something isn't quite right in this town. This girl Casey has been missing for a few days, but it seems like the cops have already given up on finding her. Finally, we can find an old pastor in the apartment building who tells us the rapture is coming and that we need to hide and pray for our own salvation. Hanging out with skater boys Jacob and Brendan after helping out at Dad's shop allows us to find a thread of intrigue. If we choose to talk about Casey after hanging out, Jacob tells us that he believes Casey is still alive somewhere in the woods. Bringing us to a big sewer pipe coming out of the ground near the lake, we find a note implicating Casey's father. There's very obviously something bigger going on here as Jacob goes home, leaving us to ponder the situation. Are you ready? Because here's where things get messed up. Waking up on the third day, we immediately find that some kind of struggle took place in the house. Our mother's room is covered in blood and scratch marks. The downstairs is a complete mess, and something damaged the fence in the back. If we step into the shed and stay for any length of time... Jeez, game. Trying to give me a heart attack, aren't ya? With moments to spare, we use the crowbar to break the window and escape. Or do we? Alright, here's the deal with this game. If you don't figure out what's going on by the end of day 2, you're screwed. On day 3, all hell is broken loose. The town is chock full of monsters, zombies, doppelgangers, I don't even know what. Every single path seems to end with us being killed. For example, if we go back to Dad's shop, we can find our way to an old laundromat with a hole going into a dark, deep crevice. But your fate is sealed the moment you go in, because who we think is our brother who did the big Sudoku recently is actually a doppelganger. The convenience store clerk has been attacked and trying to help her just gets us killed. Bathroom at Dad's shop? Dead. Go in the alleyway? Dead. Stay in bed? Dead. Creepy sewer pipe coming out of the ground near the lake? Believe it or not, dead. Getting killed in any way on day 3 just causes you to wake up in your bed again on day 1 after an unseen voice trolls you for your failure. The scenario I outlined up to this point is only one way all of this can go down on each run. There's plenty of items to grab, places to go, and people to talk to, but you can't do it all at once. You could choose not to help Dad at the shop at all. You could use the cash from working to buy bolt cutters, or we can give it to the local homeless man who shows us to the earlier mentioned apartment building. You can stay in bed all day every day like the Hiki route in Omori. You might be able to find another clue or another side to things somehow, but I wanted to find the true good ending, if there even is one. So the goal of the game is to get enough information on day 1 and 2 to prepare enough to do something. Lake of Darkness uses Ren'Py. It's the same visual novel engine as Slay the Princess or South Scrimshaw. The game has an inventory system that's a bit unlike point-and-click adventures. When we have something in our inventory, the game will let us know if we have the option to use it. This avoids the necessity of grabbing something in your inventory and trying to use it on every little thing in the room. You also have a strict timeline mechanic. Many specific actions such as searching our mom's bedroom advances time. Eventually you get railroaded to the next day. Some of these seem to be just trolls to waste time, like I never found anything in mom's room on days 1, 2, or 3. One good thing about the engine is that you have almost endless save slots to help you overanalyze every little thing that you do. On the other hand, it doesn't seem like you can name your save, so it's easy to forget where you were and what you were doing. So we've established that the game makes it clear you need more than one cycle to figure out what's going on here. Certain messages change on cycle 2 as we get a weird sense of deja vu talking to our mom in the morning. We get a cryptic dream sequence of ourselves in a cell of some kind, but no real idea what's going on here. Using the cutters on the church door before day 3 lets you inside where you can hear who I assume is Casey crying in the room in the back, but you have no way to get back there, at least not that I could figure out. I managed to get a key from Dad by wearing the department store vest when I leave the house each morning. It gives you some interesting context on the family dynamics at play here, and it informs why Dad's not around when we get home at night, but overall it didn't help me that much. On my 3rd cycle, I managed to get into our brother's old room by talking to Mom about him. This, along with a note in Casey's family's old apartment, led me to an old fort north of the skate park. We just straight up find a bag of teeth, which is cool if you're the Tooth Fairy, but we also find a picture of the lake and our brother. I assume this is an alternative way to find the pipe, assuming that you don't meet Jacob. In terms of downsides, there aren't that many, but sometimes it seems like the game doesn't realize when you've done something, like a flag isn't getting flipped. After the segment where Jacob takes us to the sewer pipe, we can go straight back to the skate park and do the event all over again. This doesn't make sense for obvious reasons. Another example is the homeless man showing us to the old apartments, which is another event that can loop. On top of that, there's spelling errors here and there throughout the game. This is one of those cases where you probably just need to run everything through a spell check. Now, before we get to the end here, I just wanted to take a moment to really hype up the soundtrack and the atmosphere. Horror games in general, while a lot of fun, generally don't scare me the way it does with some other people. But there's some legitimately creepy moments in here, and it's thanks to shrewd use of these audio tracks and knowing when to cut the sound. I've seen people out there ask if it's possible to be scary when the graphics are simple or retro. And I especially have to hand it to the dev because the graphics are very simple, and it's impressive to see the creepiness pulled off despite that. I also got a weird feeling I can only describe as like Night in the Woods core. I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but it was pretty nice. Well, after a lot of messing around, I tried going to the lake pipe on day 3. I don't even know if I can consider this a spoiler, but just like, go here if you don't want to see this major thing that I found. If we enter the pipe with the cutters or the crowbar, we can go straight or we can go through this industrial door. If we go forward in the pipe, we find our way to this chasm, and if we jump off, well... yeah. This is really starting to play like a Junji Ito story. Do not try helping the guy who's stuck in the puddle of humans, you'll just get assimilated. Finally, we get confronted by this thing. It's sentient and it speaks to us, but all it does is mock us. It forces us to make a choice between Jacob and our brother Eric, but no matter what choice I picked, it doesn't seem like there's a way to get through this. No matter what I did, I ended up dead. The thing that looks like the ancient magus from Mahotsukai no Yome just kinda taunts us afterwards, telling us we're fucked no matter what we do. And there's no getting out of this endless cycle of death and rebirth. Guys, I spent hours and hours trying to figure out how to get farther in this game, but I just couldn't. I see there's a few other achievements to grab here, including some hidden ones, but sure doesn't help me figure out what to do. The forum has one guy who wrote all the posts there, and he claims he found the true ending, so minor clickbait, I'm sorry. I guess at least one person at least claimed they solved it. But if so, he sure didn't leave any clues for the rest of us. And there's not much out there about the game online. So I want to turn it to you, the viewer. Can you figure out how to get to the true ending? If so, can you please let me know in the comments below? I've never felt more blue-balled by a video game in all my life. Come on, guys. Check the game out. The beacons are lit. Gondor requires your aid. Alright, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love the weird, surreal, strange, and unusual indie games you get by digging through the cellars of Steam and itch. So if you know a weird or unique indie game, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see another weird indie horror game, check out this obscure title that I think is worth your time. See ya!